with me way back then, girl. How about now? Cause I'm up right now. And he's up right now. Oh, yeah. How about now?
Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. We are 15 days away, 2 weeks away from the NFL draft, from the start of the NFL draft, I should say. And it's going to be a long 2 weeks. The smoke is just everywhere. Smoke is being let off everywhere. Every GM, every coach, every beat writer, there's smoke being reported everywhere. I guess the newest smoke from Joe Schoen was everybody expects us to take a quarterback, but we have a lot of needs or something like that. Something like that. To me, that's even more smoke. Because why address it at all? Why address it at all, in my opinion? But again, we're getting right into this mock draft. This is going to be mock draft 7.0. Yeah, mock draft 7.0. I'm excited about it. Earlier today, I put out 2 mock draft screenshots of what I did early, 2 mock drafts that I did earlier in the day. Put that up on Twitter. I'll go ahead and share that up here. Ask people what they like better, A or B. And it actually was pretty split. A lot of people like Drake May. A lot of people like Drake May a lot, but a lot of people also like the combination of having Rome Odunze and Michael Penix as well. So we will see what's happening. But for right now, we're about to get right into mock draft 7.0. Let's go. Okay, this time around, I will be using the PFF mock draft simulator. Go ahead and switch that to 7 rounds. Get the Giants selected. No gimmicks for this one. Straight up mock draft. Make it a little bit quick. Sometimes these can get a little lengthy, but I just want to go ahead and get out a quick mock draft just to see if anything has changed. Now, I will say this, depending on what happens, in the first couple of picks, I want to be able to get a quick trade if possible. But we'll see. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to let this thing ride and see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and start the draft. Okay, so right off the bat, we have, the mock draft simulator is simulating Caleb Williams, Drake May, Malik Nabers to the Patriots. Okay, Joe Alt to the Cardinals. Come on. Marvin Harrison. Okay, so now I'm sitting on the... This is ridiculous. All right, so we're at pick 6. Only 2 quarterbacks have gone off the board. Caleb Williams, Drake May. We have Malik Nabers, Joe Alt, and Marvin Harrison. So right now, we have the choice of Rome Odunze, Brock Bowers. You see it, but at this point in time, I'm looking for one person, and one person only. Where is Jayden Daniels? Did I get past him already? Where is Jayden Daniels? Is right here. At this point in time, to me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going ahead and grab Jayden Daniels. That's, it just makes a lot of sense. Malik Nabers going, Marvin Harrison going, Rome Odunze is on the board, but Jayden Daniels is right here for the taking. Don't believe something like this will happen, but it did today, and I'm going to go ahead and go with Jayden Daniels here. That's the one thing about these mock draft simulators, man. You just got to roll with the punches when it comes to these. Okay, so now, and I'm curious to see if Michael Penix ends up being there. Michael Penix is there. So, wow. You could have gone Rome Odunze and got Michael Penix, but I'm happy with Jayden Daniels right now in this situation. I did say in previous videos that I think as far as boom and bust go for quarterbacks, I think that Drake May and also Jayden Daniels are the biggest boom or bust guys in this draft as far as quarterbacks go. But again, when you're sitting at 6 and Jayden Daniels is right there, I'm pretty sure a lot of people be happy with that pick. So now, without a doubt, I'm trying to find who the best wide receiver is right now that's available. So let's go ahead to the wide receivers and see who's available. Okay, Ricky Pearsall's right there. Jermaine Burton at 52. So those are your 2 top wide receivers, Purcell and Burton. Now, again, these are PFF rankings. You might have some of these guys higher than others. Just like I see here, Keon Coleman is right here. Keon Coleman, it would be fantastic to add to this wide receiver room. One of those bigger receivers. We see him here. 6'4", 215 pounds. You see the analysis on him. And then you look at some of the cons. I always like to look at some of the cons. He has a limited route tree, this, that, and the third. Once you get out of those top three guys, those top, you're out of the blue chipper zone. So now you're banking on traits, you're banking on, stats and stuff like that. And we'll look at some of his stats here. And like I said, a 70.3 overall grade from PFF. That's not absolutely the best, but just the talent of a guy like Keon Coleman, is undeniable. So I'm thinking about Keon Coleman here. Let's see who else is available. Keon Coleman, Jalen Polk, Xavier Legette. Now, a lot of people will say this is too high to get Xavier Legette. Well, it's only too high if that guy doesn't pan out. If Xavier Legette pans out and can be the kind of wide receiver that we think he can be, or a lot of people believe he can be, then for me, I'm absolutely taking Xavier Legette. And in this situation right here, I believe that strongly in Xavier Legette and what he can add to this room, because he is that dominant type of, throw the ball up to Xavier Legette. Most likely he's going to come down with it, even at the next level. He just has those type of traits over Keon Coleman, in my opinion. I do like Jermaine Burton a lot too, but he has some issues, off the field. Well, not really off the field, because it was on the field when the thing happened. But I'm gonna go ahead and draft Xavier Legette. I know they're gonna hit me at the end, with the grade as far as that goes. They're probably gonna, say I should have went with somebody else, but it is what it is. I got Jaden Daniels. I have Xavier Legette so far. All right, so now also a need for the New York Giants is cornerback, defensive line. Those are the guys I'm looking for next. And look right here, Kyrie Jackson is right there, right available at 70. Kyrie Jackson, one of those taller type cornerbacks. I believe he's 6'2". Is he 6? He might even be 6'3". I got to go ahead. We watch so many prospects. Let's see. He is 6. He's 6'3", 195. That's a big, Enough said, man. We already know the skill level of Kyrie Jackson. Let's see who else is available. Braylon Trice is still on the board. Spencer Rattler's there. Brandon Dorlus. And at this point in time right here, we know that cornerback is a big need for the New York Giants. Here we have a 6'3" cornerback. Just go ahead and pull the trigger on that one, man. I'm going to go ahead and draft Kyrie Jackson. Let's keep it real simple here. All right, so next is going to be pick 107. 3 picks to go. All right, so let's see what's on the clock. We still need a defensive lineman. This is around the time where I'll be looking for a running back as well. Okay, so I like Michael Hall Jr. right here, right? And Marshawn Lloyd, back-to-back. Look at these two guys, Michael Hall and Marshawn Lloyd, back-to-back. Now, which one is more important for the New York Giants right now? That running back room is getting a little deep, but we don't have, that it guy so far. We picked up Singletary, fantastic, but we don't have another it guy in that running back room right now. We don't know what Gray is. Brightwell's on this last year of his contract. Corbin is a UDFA. We picked up the kid, was a Turbo Miller, Dante Miller. I like Michael Hall right here more than Marshawn Lloyd. I can risk it and see if I can get a running back later. Aldrick Esime is still here as well. At this point in time, I have to go with Michael Hall. I like Michael Hall here. We need somebody that can play alongside of Dexter Lawrence, and for Michael Hall to be here, and he might have dropped in the update of the rankings, but I'm taking Michael Hall here. It's quick and easy for me too. So we're zooming through this draft pretty quickly. All right, let's see what else we got going on. All right, so at pick 166, still need a running back. Still need a backup edge. We only have 2 picks left. Let's see what we have. Zach Zinter is here. Wow. That changes a lot of things. Wow, Zach Zinter is here. Zach Zinter is, obviously, if you're not familiar with Zach Zinter, he is a guard for the Michigan Wolverines. He broke his ankle or broke his foot. I think it was a couple weeks into the season, but a couple weeks before the season ended, a couple games before the season ended. He's somebody that you can stash. And if it wasn't for the injury, he'll be ranked a lot higher than where he's ranked now. But you still see he's still going in the 5th round. Zach Zinter is most likely going to be the pick here. Let me just see who else is available. Again, we do need a running back. Dylan Johnson is here. Fantastic. But I'm not taking that over Zach Zinter. Again, we did pick up some guards in free agency. Older guy, Stenny. Runyon is going to be here for a while. Jermaine Illuminor is an older guy too. Zach Zinter is a guy that can come right in and push just in case the experiment of Evan Neal does not, pan out, a guy like Zach Zenner can move right in. So for all the people that say, we got to get some guys for the offensive line, Zach Zenner falling to the 5th round is an absolute get for me. So I'm going to go ahead and with Zach Zenner here. I like the way this thing is going now. All right, so next we have one pick, 183. I'm still holding on hope for a running back that fell. I don't see one. Ooh, Cody Schrader. I like Cody Schrader. He's built kind of like the same way as Singletary, a smaller guy, smaller back, but he can get busy. Pause. This will be a nice round to find some guy to get you some help on special teams as well. I like the edge, Brennan Jackson. Well, it was another edge that I saw too. I think it was a kid from Michigan, Jalen Green from that. Let's see. Solomon Byrd is also here too. I like Solomon Byrd. Hand in the dirt type of guy with Solomon Byrd. Jaden Harrell, AJ Barner. Okay, so what this situation is a little bit funny for me because we don't know what's going on with Waller. So AJ Barner is a good traditional type tight end to add, but I'm high on the guys that we've drafted in Bellinger and also some of the guys that we picked up in free agency as far as traditional tight ends go. So I don't really see that threat, that receiving threat type of tight end. Let's see if Jaheim is still available. Let's go ahead and look at some of these tight ends. Okay. Yeah, no, Trey Knox, Jordan Wiley, but that's way down the line. Okay. At this point in time, 6th round, pick 183, might go best player available. I think our running back room is going to have to survive with the guys that we have right now, especially in this mock draft. Let's see some of these wide receivers. Now, I'm just going to go edge. Where's Solomon Byrd? I'm going to go with Solomon Byrd here, and let's see how we grade it out. Solomon Byrd, another guy that, I don't expect the best of grades because I did take Xavier Leggett higher than some people would have him. And then that last Solomon Byrd was a little bit high as well where I picked him, but I like the upside of Solomon Byrd, and I definitely like the upside of Xavier Leggett. So, of course, and look what they said here. Okay, PFF, they want to tell me how to run my draft. So, instead of drafting Xavier Leggett, I should have went with Kingsley. I like Kingsley, but here we go here. Even though it was a kind of a reach for Xavier Leggett, I still got a B. So, just run down the list. We have Jaden Daniels with an A, Xavier Leggett, Kyrie Jackson, Michael Hall, A-, Zach Zenner with an A, Solomon Byrd. Again, they dropped that pretty low. And my overall grade was an A-. So I'm taking that. And running with it. You have your quarterback for the future. Your project for Brian Dable and Mike Kafka. All the physical tools are there. Can you teach him to be a better quarterback? Absolutely. Has a lot of experience. Xavier Leggett only had that one breakout year of wide receiver productivity. But when you look at him, everything seems to fall in line. The kid is 6'1", 220 something pounds. That's a big wide receiver. He'll be a handful for anybody, and to add him to this wide receiver room, if you add him with Hyatt, with Slayton, with Wan'Dale Robinson, that's fantastic in my opinion. Kyrie Jackson definitely needed a CB in this draft, and we got a pretty good one in Kyrie Jackson. Michael Hall, beef up that defensive line. Could push to be the guy next to Dexter Lawrence. He can push with Jordan Riley and Nacho for reps to be on the field next to Dexter Lawrence. And there you go. And Zach Zenner, again, a guy that you can stash but can possibly be a lineman for the future. If, like I said, we do have some old guys. Stinney's an older guy. Illuminor is an older guy. You got a guy like Zach Zenner that can learn for about 2 years. You got Zach Zenner ready to step right in. And when is the last time we had guys waiting for their chance to go, and quality guys waiting for their chance to go? We keep having a draft over and over and over again. A guy like Zach Zenner is a smart choice, especially if he falls all the way to the 5th. And then Solomon Byrd, even though I got a C- grade for that one, if you look at the tape of Solomon Byrd, good motor, good length, not as heavy as I thought he would be. I guess his weigh-in at the combine was a lot less than what I think his playing weight was, but a hand in the dirt type of guy, give you some of the some edge help, and overall good for business, good for New York Giants business. I like this draft a lot. So I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.